what did we change up this time? Because in the first set, it was overwhelming, the overwhelming presence and the right choices there for MenaRD. Bonchan swinged it in his favor, got the correct reads on defense, really locked it down, was stubborn on his own defensive choices, and was able to make sure Mena panics in a lot more situations. But now what happens this time around? Is he going to start with Luke, then swap over to Blanca? Is he going to introduce another character? Because he was practicing a bit of JP,
yeah,
as well.
I mean, if anything, it would probably be JP as his tertiary choice. In this matchup specifically, I wouldn't want to see Marisa versus Luke.
Well, I mean, Bonchan's just a stone monolith at this point. He said, I ain't moving. I'm always at the end of point. You're going to have to deal with me each and every time.
The wall's going to be the same no matter what with Bonchan. He's been sticking with Luke since the very beginning, even since the demo of Street Fighter 6.
You're right, you're right.
Actually, no, even further than that. Street Fighter 5. What am I talking about?
Well, let's see if Bonchan can close it out for FAV Gaming, or can Bandits, MenaRD keep his team in the dogfight? Let's get to it.
Big punish counter as well, opting for the side switch. Yes, sir. But that's mid-screen. Going to be a little bit more to get Bonchan into this corner. Back-to-back throws thus far, but this is going to be a tough spot. Yeah, MenaRD is creating a lot of space for himself. Not going to be so dangerous for that Sandblaster to bring out that close. OD Knuckle into another one. Knuckle sandwich into the throat. Spine buster yet again. Boom. One more shot at it. And of course, how many spines does he have? Well, none now.
Bonchan doesn't look particularly impressed by what happened there, but it is fine in terms of the mathematics for his team outcome here, because they are 50 points to 10. But he closed the gap, and immediately MenaRD setting precedence with that OD uppercut. So there are going to be a lot of chief executive officer decisions here for MenaRD. And there's another interruption there with the OD uppercut. Perfect parry as the rebuttal.
That's too far. Crouching heavy punch.
And he whiffed the crouching hard kick afterwards. Damn.
It was a bait.
Maybe. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, look at that. Burning him out. He burned himself out in the process because he's in the ideal scenario. And he gets the chip kill with the flash knuckle. You saw that. He was throwing out that stand fist with malicious intent. He was fixated on that dry gauge damage, and he round starts with the suppressor.
Shades of no other prodigy, I'm telling you right now.
Bang,
boom!
Bang, bang. Eraser doing its job. 45%.
Don't throw him. Oh, MenaRD coming back to life with that crouching medium punch. And opting for the damage, I like that. No side switch this time. He wants to bring him back mid-screen, but the objective again, recover that drive gauge.
Good position here for MenaRD. No super art though, but he can still try and steal a turn, and Bonchan identified that as well. Delay crouch medium punch. He's been doing that a fair bit, mixing that in between with the OD uppercut. And he does a DI.
And I like that. That's an option select either way. If you drop the timing, you can just match on the DI and get the punish.
This is what the players are starting to get used to now all over the world. Let's see if we can close it out. One button into a drive rush cancel should do it. Sandblaster. Someone's got a drive rush cancel. And there it is. Try to chip him out. Yep.
Ooh, they attempted the perfect parry. Clipped him mid-air, pre-flight. Sit him back down. Getting a game on the board immediately. Back to the rematch.
I do not blame Bonchan. A valiant effort trying to get the perfect parry on the OD Sandblaster. No dice, which results in MenaRD getting the game there. It's the uppercut. Yeah, not dealing with that.
Oof. Just a little bit shy. Bonchan with the presence of mind to walk back in preparation for the throw. Speaking of, gets him in this vortex hit again. Oof.
The uppercut, trying to perfect parry the heavy flash knuckle. People are still getting better at doing that, and that should be the round. Vulcan blast required. Not messing around. And he's trying to equalize here, is Bonchan.
I feel like that should be Luke's nickname, the equalizer. Any touch he lands is just going to be draining your life game. You know?
Listen, if I could have a cool moniker like that, I'd take it.
Let's make it now. Jam is the equalizer.
Denzel Washington, yeah. Oi, there we go. Big damage coming through. Level 2? No need.
Nah, safe jump, perfect parry. That was a punish? Wait a minute.
Okay, so that means Mena mistimed it, which made it or resulted in it being a punish counter, and he had to let it fly.
I like that. Very respectable, considering the life as well. 2 gauges in his pocket as well.
He needs as big of a buffer as possible, and that is why Bonchan has gone into the slam dunk. 3 balls for 3. Interesting in that encounter. No throw from that situation either.
A little bit of the shuffle, allowing Bonchan to move on forward. Yeah, good awareness to just go for the uppercut ender. Very, very close to the corner. Can't get the rest of the knuckles. Ooh, speaking of knuckles.
Oh, dude.
Damn!
I thought he was looking for that to whiff to get the thing afterwards. He's burnt out. Overhead, level 3, inbound. And Bonchan looks to the ceiling. I promise you, the stage verse is not going to help you. But you do have a level 3 yourself, and I think he's going to just have to defend. He's just going to have to defend, and he's going to have to mash out a super soon.
Oh, he's actually still within range to get a single hit, confirmed into a knuckle, perhaps any sort of special. No way! That's too far!
Yeah, it's too far! Yeah. That was way too far! And you have to remember, the startup of that super is like 10, 11 frames, but the further away you are, the longer his startup is, because he has to wind up and then get the shoulder tackle.
He slows down significantly too midway through. Yeah.
Again, like, he had to get rid of the bar because he just don't want to lose with all those resources, but dude, that was way too far. So
he had an opportunity to at least block one more Sandblaster.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have done that either, so I don't blame him. Backs away. He is low on drive gauge at 88 seconds. Good lord. Perfect parry.
Yeah, attack on drive gauge. Bonchan getting his mission. Okay, so this is going to be huge. He could get the... He's getting so much chip damage, I can't even get my sentence out.
All right, there you go. Aerial flash knuckles away out of the corner here, and the check with the target
Still plus. Bonchan tried to contest that.
Well, he blocked in time, MenaRD, from that DI.
Yes, guy downstairs. I feel that.
Blasters away, got to be very careful there, and immediately interruption. No slam dunk because he doesn't want to burn himself out there.
Oof.
Caught him this time round. He thought an OD uppercut was coming.
Oh,
that was huge.
Yeah, that was a punish counter as well off the medium, being able to link it.
Right, the regeneration starts now. Backs away. Bonchan just needs about 2 stocks of dry gauge before he takes a move. All right, Mena beating to the punch. I think he identified that as well. He wants to keep the dry gauge low with the hook up by crook. Yeah, burn him out. Clean. He's still got level 1 at that range. Sandblast is very dangerous at that range. I know Mena's been missing Vulcan Blast today, but please do not throw Sandblasters that close. Touched up. No DI. He didn't want to burn him out.
Interesting. With the amount of gauge he had left, MenaRD, he wouldn't have any drive to spare if he tried to drive it back.
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to risk that. I'm not sure if like Bonchan tried to goad him into doing that, but he didn't want to risk that, of course. This and
yeah, not even trying to face the mix-up after that.
With punish and a double jump.
I like that. Jump back roundhouse, clean out the space.
I love how these guys are on a very similar wavelength with the character and the mind gauge with the dry gauge as well.
Speaking of drive gauge, Bonchan doing a pretty great job of building up his as well. MenaRD looking towards the corner. Spine buster, that's 1. Ah, yes, sir. Erase that tactic off the board.
Well,
bang.
This is a round winner here for Bonchan, so using that level 2 to stay in the fight is good.
Ooh, that could have been disastrous for Bonchan.
1 drive rush cancel, he needs it. Back throw.
He snuck it in! No way.
He wasn't ready.
We're going to a final round, potentially in favor of MenaRD.
Okay, good choice there, because he didn't want to do the full thing. Goes into the tail rider, closes it out. It's at a super meter disadvantage though, but the mind games and the respect these guys have for one another and their drive gauge choices has been magnificent. Watching these two go back and forth despite it being a loop mirror indeed.
Great block on the overhead.
Perfect parry there, just waits in the space. Ooh, almost got it. He didn't even try to whip punish there, and his own crouching medium punch gets clipped by the crouching medium kick. Boy, he's having that problem again, Vicious.
Little missed time. Bonchan even shook his head. He thought the combo was going to ring out.
Trying it out here is Mena, keeping the drive gauge low as Bonchan. Good block on the jumping roundhouse. You don't lose too much drive gauge in the process there. Brutal spike doing its job. Oh my word. Trying this whip again. Big damage coming through.
Safe jump setup.
What's he going to spend? That looks way
too high.
Yeah, okay, burn out for your troubles. If Mena gets a clean hit, that could be the game. Bonchan still has level 2 ready and locked. OD. There's a throw. What's your choice, Bonchan? Wake up, jab!
Jab is the choice, and guess what? It pays off tenfold. Not too much scaling involved, by the way.
Bang!
Oh my god, but he's burnt out.
No, he's not. Oh, but Mena is.
Mena is.
Oh! I was looking at the wrong drive gauge for a split second there. How the shoe went on the other foot. Mena only had 2 choices, and I don't even think he was in the right mental state to make that choice.
Yeah, he had 2 supers to his name as well, if I'm not mistaken, but that's such a hard decision to make, man.
Yeah, would you do that at this point? He's still in the lead, though.
Wake up super?
Well, go out swinging. Yeah. Why not? Jumps in and gets hit by the crouching fierce anti. Try to get the suppressor there, but it wasn't a round start position. It was a little bit closer to the jab. Luckily connected in time to save Mena from big damage.
What a jump, too. Predicting the Sandblaster, perfect parry, gonna get the side switch. No, he's opting for the Oki.
Back throw. Oh, that looked like a delayed jab there from Bonchan, and the check. A lot of people being checked after certain fireable spacings. Back throw, and that should be the round.
Slight delay at that. You saw Bonchan trying to press the button. That was a counter hit.
Man, how these two have been going back and forth has been sensational to watch.
Sensational.
I know, right? These Sandblasters firing on the projectiles. That projectile skirmish is not happening yet.
Yeah, a little bit too many times has MenaRD gone to that tactic, trying to drive rush forward off of a cancel into the overhead. Bonchan has had 2 successful answers against it thus far.
Trying to burn him out here, but Bonchan's actually in danger of burning himself out. If he's not careful, he does an OD flash knuckle. He will do the eraser, and he does get +3 frame advantage because connect against an airborne opponent. Can take the grab, but sweet.
Word!
Bonchan has got a substantial life lead here. It could all flip on its head by the wrong choice. Jumps away!
Wow, what a timing from MenaRD.
What's he gonna do though? Safe jump? No, just wait. Here it comes. What's the choice? He can't OD uppercut, not yet anyway. Good block.
Oh my god. The perfect parry. Doesn't have to risk anything behind that. Doesn't matter what the scaling is like. Bonchan flipping it around, or actually salvaging the rest of the round.
There you can, and he already drive rushes in straight into Pale Rider there, because even he had to scratch his head at the S what Bonchan did with the perfect parry on the DI before, so he needs as big of a buffer and life lead as possible. Gets a throw. Suppressor, not biting. Bonchan respecting the choice, jumps out.
What was that?
Well, he was whiffed, I'll tell you that much. That's going to connect. Take the damage here. What's it going to be? Escape or delayed jab? Delayed medium instead. He went for a stronger button, and he's going to build the level 1 Vicious for that Vulcan Blast to close it out. And there you have it. 3-1 in this round 3 anchor match between these two, going back and forth. It's been insane between these two. Mena took the first exchange, including that tiebreaker match. Then he goes back and takes it there, but boy, I've been loving the back and forth between the Bull and the Red Bulls. Bonchan here.
Although it is tied up in the team battle for set number 2, we will not be going into that 4th match instead. Let's take a look at this replay first before we explain the back and forth thus far from Bonchan and MenaRD. Again, MenaRD with a very, very ecstatic offensive start. Multiple throws being in against Bonchan to kind of establish that dominance. But not only that, but really kind of set the pace mentally to try to keep it ambiguous towards what he's going to be doing for the next couple of instances. But Bonchan, I felt like he was doing the exact same thing, right? I mean, it's Luke Mirror match. It's exactly what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, it's the back and forth, how they preserve their, literally, in the
drive gauge.
Well, look, in the mirror match, you're going to utilize all your supers, right? And I like that they are not afraid to burn themselves out if it means I get to burn you out at the same time or in a similar sequence to what I'm going to do there. How these guys handled each other, the defensive choices, the risk that was taken. There were less OD uppercuts on Wake Up and more in terms of drive rush cancel and block strings as well. And again, still being stubborn with those parries because it is an integral mechanic to the game. So you have to use it. But yeah, most of the time, you just saw all of the potency of these options happening in the corner. And they said, look, I can't deal with this as much as possible. And again, Mena could afford to make a couple more mistakes because obviously he had the bigger leads and he was leading towards 20 points for this anchor match exchange for the 3rd time.
And some of the gutsy calls, too, from both of these players. With MenaRD, obviously, you saw that replay of making that choice to do the wake-up Vulcan Blast. But when you see the momentum shift immediately afterward, I think at the start of that round, he had drive rushed forward and caught Bonchan. And he's kind of slipped away little by little. But Bonchan, again, the mistake he made from full screen, it's totally understandable. A little bit further in. Again, we talked about it. Do you think he would have been in a little bit of a better position to move forward after a blocked sandblast initially?
Well, the thing is, it's like if you're going to move forward, then you have 2 choices. you have Vulcan Blast and you have your level 3. Level 3 is fully invincible. You won't get clipped by a Sandblaster, but it'll be obviously faster start because of the range as well.
Right.
I love the way they both were using Eraser, by the way. Just the back and forth on Wake Up and then the combos there. I love that we saw Mena implementing drive impacts a bit more as a surprise factor than Bonchan. But then Bonchan was paying attention. And when you do the perfect parry against the DI, 3/4 of the way, your opponent's thinking, yeah, I got you. Like, I got the wall splat, I got the punish counter, and then you perfect parry. It's like, damn, that's when we saw Mena scratch his head. He's like, well, kudos to you. Limited choices there with the drive rush into the OD uppercut. He could have done supers, but at that point, what are you thinking about? Not doing Wake Up Super at that point there. So really, really back and forth stuff that I really enjoyed.
One of the certain nuances that we've seen in this matchup is how often they would go into like the safe jump off of the jump medium punch and stuff. There was a couple of times where we saw some of those errors, actually. I kind of want to know what that was all about in terms of the timing, because most of these cats, they get it down pat. They are professionals for a very reason. But man, there were some really, really small nuances where it's like, man, how did you actually miss that safe jump?
There's always that off chance, man. It's like practicing combos. You can practice a combo 99 times, but the 100th attempt, you could miss it. Same with your safe jumps, man. And safe jumps, there are some pretty easy safe jumps, and then there are some annoying ones as well. But hey, if you miss a safe jump, you miss a safe jump.